I was fascinated with Boldini, the painter Boldini as well, and recreating, and still this was the first haute couture collection at Christian Dior, with that Masai influence and that beautiful Boldini silhouette. Well, there you can see the corset and these fantastic necklaces, inspired by the photos of Mirella Riccardi and La Robe Sirène. Kind of, that Edwardiana thing, but totally, I mean, it was cut on the bias, this dress, and then it was hand painted, which was really, really beautiful. It was hand painted by Geneviève. You can see it gives it a kind of ethereal quality, and the dress moves so beautifully, and it was flattering, it fitted in all the right places, and only began to flare just above the knee, so the silhouette was there, the waist, we padded their bums slightly to bring that slightly African thing, to make the waist look small. I mean, they had major corsetry going on.
Oh, sure.
This is, you don't even see that, but that was major corsetry. Major corsetry. When the girls came in for their fittings, we had to feed them bits of chocolate every 3 hours because they would be fainting.
Really?
Well, these guys had never worn corsets before. They were horrible things to endure throughout a fitting. But the silhouette that was achieved was subtle, but was there.
Well, it was a sort of Edwardian hourglass, so it wasn't entirely that. It was modern.
Yeah.
In feel.
Yeah. Well, the whole dress was cut on the bias,
yes.
So this fabric really moulded the structure we already had underneath. Of course, because of Mr Dior's obsession with undergarments and things. I was very aware of it at that point, being my first haute couture collection at Dior, and I love the way Nick's kind of the representation of it as well. This when he first started, I mean, his idea was to kind of, it's just so modern contemporary, that backdrop of this cellophane and the way it reflects the lights, and he wanted as well to treat it in a slightly irreverent way for clothes, but to make them kind of contemporary and today, and work with each girl's personality, how she would wear it, not this kind of don't touch me look, but and that was really exciting and contemporary to do, whether it be on Stella, Alcazia or Liberty. It was really exciting. That's Liberty.
Okay. Right.
With a snake. And that's a fantastic piece of workmanship from Gossens, which is one of the kind of finest jewellery makers
How much work is there in there? How many hours?
Ooh, I would say about 3 weeks, because it's all put together as real jewellery would be put together, and that was from the Maharaja inspired collection, the Jardin de Bagatelle. So it was a very important part of the silhouette and what we were trying to say. I don't know if you can see in the picture, so these enormous earrings as well. Huge. They're actually held down with a metal Alice
band.
They
weren't on the ears at all?
No, her ears would have been dragged.
They were the African feel as well, of course.
Yeah, and the Jardin de Bagatelle as well had this kind of nouveau vibe going on too, and so that was started quite in advance. It was a beautiful piece, and also it was trying to establish this kind of aristocratic profile. Yes, of course, the initial idea was inspired by the Massa and how they stood,
which they stand,
and very high necklaces. And so that was really, the inspiration came from that, and that was the Jardin de Bagatelle.
Right. I love this one, which is great fun.
Well, that's Karen. That's Ben, who you met earlier.
Oh, right, yes.
And the strong man.
This is a strong man brought in to support it all.
This was.
What's the mood of this? What collection was this?
This I believe it was worn by Annalise in the Opera Garnier collection. It has that kind of very delicate, feminine Josephine vibe to it. Beautiful embroidery again, like cloth, flowers, velvet ribbons, and then re-embroidered. And that's just the lining of the coat by Lesage. And I just love this whole irreverent feeling to it as well, with the balloons are so happy and up.
The richness of which makes you think of great grandeur,
And then these
Catherine the Great.
plastic helium-filled balloons.
Yeah, that's what you're about. There's that feeling of Catherine the Great coming through the snow on a sleigh, you know, in the winter in Russia in St. Petersburg.
And her colouring with that red hair.
Yeah, and then there's
there she is, and they're all, it's Blackpool, isn't it? It's like a contemporary Lartigue.
Yes, exactly.
Which I think is really fun.
It's marvellous.
It's fun.
It's a pyramid of fun, really. It's great. It's great.
And all those streamers and the way, yeah, it's lovely.
What is this?
This is a lovely coat. It's worn by Cassia, and this coat was from the Opera Garnier collection. But again, here you're seeing it worn with like paint splattered. These jeans were great. When Nick was setting up the shot, one of his assistants had these jeans on. That's what's so cool to put over the coat.
So you took them off and
yeah. They just look really cool.
But that's what makes it modern.
Yeah, and that chainsaw.
Yeah, right. Chainsaw's a bit worried, but at least the paint's green, not red. That would have been a bit more worrying.
So that's a beautiful embroidery by Lanel.
An image like that.
You know, with Nick, you lose all sense of time because, and it's great. He has this amazing team around him, and I really don't know how long you lose all sense of time, and.
But are we talking 3 or 4 hours per shot until you get the final? You know, until you and
you do it 3 or 4 hours before you start.
Right. Well, what are you doing in those 3 or 4
I
hours?
was, you know, he's thinking about the picture, the light, how this thing is going to be composed, what we're trying to say, setting the whole thing up before you even start to work with the girl.
How much do you sort of brief the girl and get her into?
Well, Nick's the one that gives her.
All of that.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's him and her there. I mean, she knows about the garment, she knows how to. But he's. I mean, you can stand right behind Nick, but you're still not seeing what he's seeing.
No,
you know,
right,
I mean, he's the one that's edging her along.
Between them.
Yeah, she's feeling great because the makeup.
Dress.
Yeah.
Him, really.
Yeah, we've hopefully made her feel really great, you know, hanging out with her, and Val's made her look the most beautiful, and Sam's made her worked on the hair, and so I mean she's feeling pretty cool and great, and then he's like edging her this way, that way, probably making her do things to produce these incredible shapes she doesn't even realise she's doing, and only he knows that, he's seeing that through the lens. And then, of course, the team clicks in when they see that lighting and they see what's happening and the reaction, the thing that's going on with Nick. Then they see how the makeup's reacting on film or Polaroid and how the hair's reacting. Should it have wind? Should it not have wind? Should we cut those jeans? Should we tie it? Should we make the waist? Then everyone clicks in when we all see what's coming out on film.
That must be a very exciting moment.
Yeah, because it's changing. It's changing.